Hey guys, welcome back to your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are looking at the Tomtoc T66 Lightweight Travel Laptop Backpacks. We've got the 28 litre and the 40 litre. In this review we will of course have got you covered. We're going to go through a summary, features, we'll pack them out, see if we can get into them, we'll do a fit check, comfortability test, airline test, water test, and then run through some pros and cons. And of course, as always, if there is anything that we have missed that you would like to know, then just pop us a comment below and be sure to get back to you. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So for the 28 litre here, it is around $90 US, and for the 40 litre it is around $96 US. For the kind of dimensions here, the 28 litre is going to work out 45 by 30 by 19.8 in centimeters. And then for the 40 litre, you got 52 by 33 by 22.8 in centimeters. Both are made from ripstop polyester, or you can opt for the classic, which is the normal kind of T66, the non-light version, which we've reviewed on the channel. For the 28 litre, you've got a starting weight of 2.09 pounds, and then for the 40 litre, it is a starting weight of 2.36 pounds. In comparison, if you're wondering, to the classic, which is a starting weight of 2.64 pounds. Sorry, this is where I interrupt and just say, if you do happen to have a wee gander on the website of the products we are reviewing, then we would be so grateful if you could use our links below. This is no extra cost to you, and it just helps us as a team and growing our channel. What's that? Oh, you would like me to introduce you to the team so you can see who you're helping out? No bother, let's go. First up, we have our editor, Orla, our outreach manager, Orla. Oh, there is our script writer, she's shy. She's called Orla. Then we have this sexy lady for thumbnails. The main star of our reviews is the reviewer herself, Orla. And last but not least, the woman who does it all. Her name is kind of like Lorla, but it's Orla. So don't forget to click that first link to purchase your item. So in terms of the shape and style, for the kind of shape of it, you can create this kind of boxy setup where you can open up the bottom and have it sitting up by itself, as you can see, just depending on what you're packing and the kind of weight distribution, but that should open up and you'd be absolutely grand for that. It has the flexibility as well, so you can really pack it out to the max while also kind of maintaining its shape. Now, only thing I will say, which was probably a con in a sense, is that when you start packing and you set up the bag, so if you're packing it flat because it has that suitcase kind of style opening, it does start to kind of sag down depending on what you have in there if you're not fully, completely packing it out. So it's going to be down to you and your preference. Style wise, you've got different kind of color options, quite basic. It's not overly flashy, so I really enjoy that for travel purposes. You're not going out with a backpack that is completely and utterly branded. It's nice and clean, aesthetically pleasing, and to the point. It's really simple and effective. So Tomtoc do offer a 2-year warranty. You can get that from their website. If you are a US customer, you can go directly onto the website and order, or if you want to, you can go onto Amazon. I will be leaving the links for both below. Okay, let's get cracking on with the features. So this is the smaller one and this is the larger one, as you can kind of see. Both similar in terms of like their features and things. Obviously the liters is just going to be different, so we will be packing them up so you can see what you can get into both, but just for the time being we're going to focus on the kind of features here of the smaller one and tap into the bigger one if we need to, but otherwise similarities for both. So starting off with the branding here, you've got a little T here at the top, obviously for the kind of darker color. That's just going to blend in slightly more, so if you want a bit more of a subtle kind of branding, then definitely opt for the darker color. For the kind of other moments of the branding, you've got that embedded here on the hardware. For the rest of the bag, it is pretty simple. You might see a T here and there, which is kind of not as obvious. Where is it? There it is. So you kind of go searching for it, so it's not Tomtoc right in your face. Subtle and to the point. So starting off externally, which we love to do, you've got your compression straps here, which is super duper handy because, as you can see, in its kind of like smallest form, not packed out, you can compress this down. So if you did want to stow it away under the bed, or you're packing it out and then you've arrived at your destination and you want to compress it down, then you've got those straps to do that. So that's super handy, but also super handy enough if you are packing it out and you want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room here. So you can open these up like so, and then you'll see on the sides where you've got your water bottle compartment as well. So depending on how much you want to go, you can adjust that how you need. On one side you've got your buckle close, and then the other side is just the straps. The buckle close work as an anti-theft then for your main compartment, which is super duper fantastic. On this side you've got your water bottle compartment. You can kind of feed it through. It just depends on how much you are packing out the bag. So if it's like a big water bottle, it might not, you know, usually I would prefer like a G-hook so I could secure it a bit more easily. But just to give you a little bit of reference, this is a 1 litre in there. And as mentioned, when it starts to pack out, that might not be as smooth for some people, but just to show you that, like so. So it just fits in there, lovely. And that'll work the same on the other side. We'll be packing it out to be able to see it a bit better as to what actually fits when it does pack out. A little bit of a stretch, really easy, clean kind of style material. So God forbid you do have a spillage in there, it's really easy to wipe. This kind of material is really easy to wipe down. So that's it externally there for the kind of front here, your 4 straps and then the water bottle compartment. Your handle is here, so when you start packing this out, this is where you can kind of grab that. That is the thicker one, really well cushioned. The same on the bigger one. Then on the back you've got this little loop that you can hang off the bag if you wish. Then on the side you're going to find a little handle as well, which is handy enough to either carry it in briefcase mode or grab it off the conveyor belt on the overhead locker or under the seat in front of you. Obviously if you are going for the darker colour, that's just going to blend in a bit more. There is no like pop of colour here on the black. Just something to note if that is of interest. So starting off with the front pockets here. One on the side is covered with the flap. It is good to note that none of the zips here are coated. So you do have some dedicated ones that are covered with the little flap, or whether it's the main compartment, it is covered here like so. So just take what you will from that. The bottom of the bag is fairly easy to wipe down. It is well padded here at the bottom. Again, just something to keep in mind. Swing the bag around, little custom pillar, and then you've just got a little easy kind of pocket here. It is just space in there. So you've got the bright interior for this one. If you go for the darker color, you've still got your bright interior as well, so don't worry about that. It's not an overly dark hole for them. Now it's that space to swing the bag around, grab what you need. You don't have anything on the other side. What you do have at the top here, which is kind of discreet, is a second pocket. Again, just space. And this kind of opens up, as you see when we start to pack it. That's handy enough. It is covered by a little flap, so you can kind of make it discreet if you wish. Got then, if you can see this kind of sticking out, you've got a double zip here. If you did have a thinner kind of lock, you could probably lock these yourself. But as you'll see, we have to open up these compression straps to get into the bag. So the 2 buckled ones pop, that's why they act like a little bit of anti-theft. And then this opens like so. Quite nice as a wee gym bag if you wanted to as well. But what you can do is you can just have it flexible like that, or you can create some structure. So you just open up that like so, and that gives you a little bit more of a space to see into. No side pockets or anything, just really easy, clean kind of style material. Just handy enough for you to kind of pack up how you want in that space. I'll just show you a little bit of a comparison here. Going to be slightly different in size. I need to release that compression strap to give myself some more space on the inside. Something to note, if you want to create smaller space, then you've got those compression straps to do that. There you go, in there. Plenty of space to be packing up. And that's that. So closing this. Then going into the laptop compartments here. I'm just going to keep those clips opened. You've got lockable zips on those, so you can feed through your little lock if you wish. But you don't have it here. I think that would have been a smart choice to kind of create that as a lockable zip as well. So you have the option. These run right down on both sides. Sorry, I left that open. So you have access to this through the back. or through the top. So you can come from the laptop compartment and have access to it, or you can come from the front. A little bit of organization. It's grand putting in your charger here, as long as it's a little bit flat and not too chunky, then that's handy enough. So a little bit of mesh there. Then you've got your laptop compartment with a false bottom. You've got the sticky strap. It's not flexible, so that's just where it is at the moment. You've got two compartments, really well padded, and they do have a false bottom. First compartment runs up to about 14 inches by 11.5. Back pocket runs right up to about 17, just slightly below. Across 11.5. 15-inch MacBook Pro, show you in this pocket. That's where it sits. And in the back pocket as well. I'm going to show you the measurements for the bigger one. 14 by just about 10, runs up to 18 by 12.5, just slightly under 12.5 there. I've got that 15-inch to show you, fits in there, and this is where you can get bigger laptops, just for a bit of reference. That's that. Closing this. So on the back system, you do have your rotational sternum strap, just to get your own little fit for your own size there. You've got a little buckle close, a little dangle stopper with a thumb puller. Then on the straps themselves, dangle stopper, thumb puller, really handy to just help you adjust. You've got one lip on this side. The pattern runs right up to the top. It is that really well cushioned pattern, but it's like a crunchy kind of feel to it. Onto the back system, a little bit of airflow here. You've got your luggage pass through, a little bit of prompting of the eye posture, because you've got a little bit of level and cushion, but we'll get more into that in the fit check. Just to show you the back system on the bigger version, slightly thicker in the straps, same padding, same rotational sternum strap, same prompting of the eye posture on the back, and you do have your luggage pass through. Okay, so let's go ahead and pack this one up. PJ bottoms, PJ top, 1, 2, 3 pairs of jeans here, a pair of women's UK 6 shoes. You can bag them up, pack them up how you want. Don't throw a fit over my packing. If you find yourself getting irritated by something like that, then God bless. 1, 2, 3, 4 tops, makeup and wash bag, socks, pants and bralettes. Still want to use those front pockets, so I'm not packing it out too much. Swing the bag around. DS, power bank, goes this. Got that top pocket, keys and purse. I'm actually gonna have to go phone in here. Phone and AirPods, so you can place your AirPods at the top depending on what you fancy. Put that 1 litre in again, secure it in. Laptop, place a book in here. Have this charger, I just don't know. Should be okay. My phone charger, and close that. I've obviously got that side compartment as well. Let me give you everything for a weight of all that. Woo! 9 kg, dang. So that's all of that stuff out now. So let's go ahead and pack that into the bigger one. Just here, let's start off with our laptop compartments. See what else you can get in. You've got the 15-inch, the book, phone charger, laptop charger. Okay, let's pack out this main compartment. We've got our 4 tops, size UK's women's shoes, 4 pairs of trousers, or 3 pairs of trousers, should I say. Might actually get another pair in. Pajama bottoms and top, bralettes, pants and underwear, makeup bag. Got a jumper, 1, 2 extra tops, some extra sprays. Close that. Again, use packing cubes if you wish. Nobody's stopping you. DS, phone, power bank, purse, keys, AirPods, 1 litre water bottle, and of course you've got your other side as well. So let me give you a weight of all that. 10 kg. Okay, time for we fit check, comfortability, and see how these feel and look on the female body. So this is what the 28 looks like on me. For reference, I am 5'6". The straps are really comfortable. Even with a thicker jacket on, I can feel the lovely padded mesh on the back. Nice little bit of airflow. Even if you didn't have a big jacket on, that would feel nice as well. Because the padding on the straps is lovely. It doesn't feel too much or too rough or anything like that. The only thing is I would appreciate a little bit more material here on the sternum strap. This is what it's like on me. Did I say I'm 5'6"? I don't remember all the time, but let's try the 40. So this is the 40 liter on me. Again, same comfort, same kind of straps. These are just a little bit thicker. I find it more comfortable for a bigger backpack like this to have a bigger jacket on, just for that added comfort, because they are a little bit thicker, that they would cause rubbing if you're not wearing a jacket. But I prefer the 28 liter because I'm always trying to find a bag that fits in for a personal item. So it's just going to be down to you and what you fancy. But for like smaller bodies, if you're anything below 5'6", it might feel a little bit overwhelming, but it's not too bad. I've definitely seen bigger and bulkier, because you got those compression straps that you can kind of compress it in if you need to. But comfort wise, definitely great. Just again, a little bit more material here on the sternum strap. So for a wee airline test, I'm just going to plop this down. Behind me I have the replica of EasyJet, which is a really good starting base, so you can kind of go from there, because that works for Spirit, Delta and American Airlines too. So for the 28 liter, let's see if we can get her in as a personal item. Because you got the flexibility, you should be absolutely grand. Obviously, if you're packing it out to the max, it may not fit as well. So if you are asked to kind of place that in the sizer, then maybe take out a little few items, hold them, and then shove it in, because you'll get away with it a bit easily. The 40 liter isn't going to work as a personal item. That is going to fit lovely as a carry-on. For a water test, these bags are grand for a light drizzle and when we're getting caught in a downpour. Okay, time for some pros and cons. So pro number one is definitely the quick and easy access pockets that you have, especially for your laptop compartment. You don't have to go into the main body of the bag. I think it's good value for money for what it is, the materials and the features. I really enjoy the compression straps, which makes all the difference if you are trying to shove it, especially the 28 liter, into a personal item space such as EasyJet. Some cons to think about is just the shape when it isn't fully packed. As you can see, it can kind of start to sag down. Also, I would have just loved lockable zips throughout, not just on the back pocket. I would have loved a key tether in this pocket here on the front. And also just something to be aware of, you know, whenever you get into the laptop compartment and you have your mesh pocket, putting in a charger in there does kind of eat into the main space of the bag when you do close it. Do let me know below your pros and cons, what you like, what you don't like, what works for you, all that fun stuff below. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. If you do happen to have a wee gander and you're thinking about purchasing either these items or any of the other products, then we'd be forever grateful if you could use our links below. Thank you so much for watching.